What is up, Rowdy Boy Nation?
Rowdy Nation!
Let's go. I like that. We were both on the same page.
Yeah.
We didn't even plan it, just the nation. It just felt right. We're back. Episode number 3. Clayton.
Número tres.
This guy's fluent in Spanish, by the way. What are we speaking about today?
Okay, guys, if you're out there running Facebook ads or you want to run Facebook ads today, we're going over the 6 keys to running killer Facebook ads that make bank, baby.
Bank. I think it was actually fucking bank, but this guy's a little scared to the bad words. He thinks
toned
maybe,
it down, not so rowdy, I guess.
Yeah, not very rowdy. I don't
Sorry.
understand. You're
Sorry,
supposed
baby.
to offend
I'll get more
people,
rowdy for you.
Make them frustrated in their car, like go crazy. Anyways, so let's get into it. I mean, might as well just jump right in. There's a lot of shit that people don't understand or they I guess those are the same words. Or they're just not doing it properly when it comes to Facebook advertising. Like we talked about it a little bit. We hear it all the time. Oh, I just hired a Facebook ad agency. It's not working. Does anybody else have a better one? I don't know what to do. Something like that, right? And a lot of the times, it's not the ad. That's not the issue. Although, of course, sometimes it is. But the bigger issue is that they don't see the entire picture. And I think that's what we want to break down today, so people can get the goddamn record straight.
Yes.
And get some ads that make some fucking bank.
Yes, exactly. Now, before I get into it, I just want to clarify a few things. Is that if you want to be a baller, you want your business to actually grow, you need to figure out how to run paid traffic. Now, I'm not saying that every business on earth, and there's lots of ways to grow without paid traffic, but really, you should probably just crack this thing. You need to figure out how to run paid traffic, because if you can run paid traffic, then you have control. You can actually get to your goals. A lot of businesses are like, well, we grow through referral, and that's cool, but you just can't control the amount of like referrals or organic stuff that you get. Maybe that's good enough for you, but if you really, really want to grow, you should probably try to crack paid ads. Paid ads was an amazing thing for our business. Now we run paid ads for other people. So I just want to get that straight, that paid ads, if you want to grow and hit like crazy revenue numbers, this is really what you need to crack, I think. Would you agree?
Oh, yeah. I mean, like we said in our last episode, it was a bit of a different topic, but taking ownership of your life, right? And understanding that you're in control of things. Things don't happen to you, but you happen to things. You're in control of what happens, right? Referral-based business. Oh, why aren't we getting in referrals today? Or ads-based business, let's go get some
Let's
fucking
crank it
sales
up.
today.
Yeah, let's crank it up, dude.
All right, let's hop into it,
so
man.
here's the 6 things, and let's just talk about them one by one. And all of these things are extremely important. A lot of people mess up every single one of these, so even if you get a couple ideas, it's going to make your ad experience way better. Okay, so the first thing.
Can I want to preface really quick. We're not going to get super deep into the ad copy or things like that today, because that's an entire episode in itself. But if you don't have everything that we're talking about done right today, it doesn't even really matter if your ad's amazing or not, because you're never going to hit your full potential. Sorry for interrupting.
No problem.
Let's get it.
All right, let's slam through it, dude. Okay, number 1, the most important thing, probably is bigger than any of these, is the right avatar. Go for it, man.
Yeah, so when it comes to advertising, man, or creating your offer, whatever it is you're doing your business, if you don't understand who you're going to sell to, what are you even doing? It doesn't make any sense, because you're not going to know how to talk to people. And this is like, just think of it this way, right? If you talk to everybody, there's a saying, you're talking to nobody. Look at that, guys. We're in sync.
Yes.
So if you don't really have your avatar nailed down, what's going to happen is you're going to have a very bland, broad message, very bland, broad ad that doesn't connect with anybody. It doesn't get anybody excited. It doesn't get anybody emotional. It doesn't get anybody scared. Whatever it is your ad is trying to accomplish. If you don't know exactly who you're talking to, what their age is, their demographic, what they're interested in, what they do, who their friends are, things like that, right? What their goals are, their dreams are, what they want to accomplish, why you
What is the pain that they're going through right now? You know what I mean?
Yeah, if you don't know to these things, how can you ever speak directly to them in your ad and create an extremely compelling message?
Yeah, so basically you need to think about, who do you want to actually attract? Like, what would be your ideal perfect customer? If you have a business right now, think about, of all the customers that you have, you can split them up into groups. There's usually some customers that are a huge pain in the ass, right? There's customers that they're not that great of a customer. They take a lot more of your time. They're hard to service. They always complain. And then there's a few customers that are like the most amazing customer ever. They're like easier to sell to. They give you way more money. They don't ask a million questions. And you can divide them up in those groups and be like, okay, who is my perfect customer? And then when you think about running these ads or whatever you're going to create to attract this person, just attract the good person. You know, to attract that one that's like your perfect customer, not your pain in the ass customer. I know you could service the pain in the ass customer. Just don't. Let's just start with the one that you really want to attract at the beginning. So define your avatar, and that can be like what type of customer it is, what pain do they go through, you know, like what experience do they want to have. I'm thinking about through my lens, but in your lens, how would you determine your right avatar?
I mean, the right avatar is just who are we? I mean, who do we personally want to work with? And this is something that we've thought about a lot over the years because we've worked with different levels of customers just because we have a wide range of products, which, you know, I'm sure you guys have the same exact thing. So, you know, we work with, so, you know, we're in the e-commerce industry, we work with beginner level people who have maybe some have never had a store, some are only making a couple thousand a month, some are making 50,000 a month, all the way to people making multiple millions per month. So when it comes to crafting an ad or an offer or anything like that, we think, okay, who do we feel like working with? Who does this make sense for?
Who's this offer for?
Yes, exactly. And who can benefit the most from this? And if you, in our case, right, this is a little different because we kind of already know who we want to sell to. So we're not just necessarily imagining, but we go out there and we try to just
talk to them.
You can talk to your go where they live. So if you obviously have customers already, number one hack, if you want to get more of those customers, so let's say you have customers you like and you're like, God damn. So for me, there's this woman, Tiffany. She's just an amazing customer. Man, I wish every customer could be like her. So what do? I get on call with her. I figure out what motivates her, why she did this, what interests her, all these different things.
How she found out about you, what she was going through, when she decided to change and go to your program, what was the pain that was making her wake up in the middle of the night.
And figure all that out. Okay, so she's the perfect customer. I want more of her. We were able to really help her. Now she's doing like a couple $100,000 a month. Now that I know all about her, I just create an ad that talks specifically to that person.
Okay, so let's move on. Let's go. So the number one was the right avatar, right?
Well, I think there's one more thing too that we should add. Just a little tip to everybody else. And if you don't have the customers, though, go to where they hang out. You know, there's like subreddits, YouTube channels, things like that. Go to wherever your perfect customer may hang out. See how they're interacting with others. See what they're up to, what they're doing, what they're feeling. And at least that way you can get a general idea of how you can better speak directly to them.
Talk to them really on the phone. I mean, figure out who they are. I mean, it doesn't have to be complicated. Like literally talk to them. Don't try to invent it. If you actually talk to them, like the problems and things that they care about, they will reveal themselves so clearly.
I think we even talked about that before. It was just like you run into these issues and then you get on the phone with them and they're all solved in like 20 seconds. You're like, holy shit, okay, it was really that easy. They knew everything and they just told me and now we're done. All right, we can move on.
All right, so the right avatar is number one. Number two is the right bait. So when you go from, let's talk about the ad and going to the actual bait.
Sorry, guys, this message is brought to you by Kratom. Caught me while I was drinking. This actually plays directly into the avatar as well. So we mentioned like offers a little bit as well. And while I wouldn't necessarily consider bait an offer in the form that we're talking about now, I think we're talking more towards lead magnets and how to attract emails and things like that. So really, it's just once you understand your avatar, then you understand their biggest pain points. So now what we need to do is start presenting them with solutions to those pain points. And it's really, I mean, we could probably talk about this topic for fucking 30 minutes, an hour, and we almost already did the other day, but it's really that easy because once you have the avatar, it's unlocked. So the bait is really just figuring out what the issue is, and it's much better if you have multiple customers or multiple people you can interview or multiple data points for your avatar. Because, you know, if you talk to one person, they might say, well, oh, this is my issue. But then you're going to realize that that's kind of like an isolated issue. Not everybody's having it. But once you start talking to a lot of people and you see a reoccurring trend over and over and over and over and over again, then you know, okay, what do? I build a solution for this. And you use the same exact language that they're using when they describe their problem. So they describe their problem is like, oh, well, you know what? I just feel like my Shopify store isn't converting. Guess what my headline's going to be for my ad? feel like your Shopify store isn't converting, they're like, oh my God, he's in my head. Click now.
Download this cheat sheet that we use to improve our conversions by 300% on every single store we make, something like that.
And then another like easy.
So is the person that wants to buy the product, are they going to opt in for that?
Hell yeah, they're gonna.
Hell yeah, because that solves exactly what problem they're having right now. So the right bait is everything, man. So
what
think
makes
about
the right bait to you, though.
Yeah. I mean, it's exactly what you say. I agree 100%. You think about that person, think about what they're going through, and then just craft the first step of the solution to that. Right? This is going to be probably connected to your offer down the line.
Yeah,
you say
that's a really
something
good point.
If you're going to sell what would be the offer that's like the next best step after that? It's like maybe a service that actually helps your store convert, or maybe a product, a little plugin that helps your store convert more in your example, right?
Yes, that's exactly it.
But just think about who your avatar is. Think about what's that first step to get them to opt in. What could you give them that if they raise their hand and say, yeah, I want that, they're a very good candidate for buying your product here in a couple days or whatever,
Yeah, I'm so glad you say that. And I think we should help people understand that it's not just about the bait, but it's about what comes after the bait. Yeah. And I think we're going to talk about that a little more, but when crafting your bait, you need to have in mind what step you want people to take after they download it. It's like, okay, if your goal was just to have them download it and then, you're going to hopefully they buy something or something like that, it's not going to happen. It needs to be a structured journey. So when you're creating that, try to find a way that you can, ascend them or, start directing them towards a product. It needs to be strategic. Yeah. And I think we're going to talk about that more. So we probably don't have to talk about
for sure. So. All right. So the first one is right avatar. Second is the right bait. Now, the right bait is so important and so powerful that even though this whole episode is about how to run Facebook ads, I don't even think we're going to talk that much about copy. You want to know why?
That comes next.
Because literally, if you have the best bait, if you know the exact problem, and it's a big pain point, you can make a pretty simple ad. You could just say like, we just made this guide on how to fix your store's horrible conversion rate and make it way better in 6 steps. That's not amazing killer copy. It's just really connecting with a pain point that somebody has and explaining clearly. And you could have literally just a picture of that checklist.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
That's all comes down to step 1, the customer avatar.
So you don't have to do any crazy, eloquent copywriting or whatever. You just know what they care about, know their pain point, and be like, dude, we can solve it if you put your email in here. So the third step is the right landing page. And so this kind of ties in a little bit. So you want to take the right landing page?
Yeah. So we may have different approaches here. This might be where we separate. I don't know.
Yep.
Landing page is probably the easiest part of the whole process. So,
but also very messed up when you see a lot of people's landing pages.
When I see other people doing it, yes, because what they're doing is they're building these huge long form landing pages. They're doing all these different things, which it can work. Don't get me wrong.
At the right time.
Yes.
We're talking about right now like a lead generation, like quick
to generate quick leads. So what we're doing is we're literally just continuing the ad. And a lot of the time, we use the same exact message that we used on the ad. Because if it's a different language, if it's different messaging, they're going to be like, oh, I thought I clicked a link for something else, and now I'm here, and it's saying something different. I don't know. I'm just going to leave, right? So, for instance, and I know I keep using this example, but what we're doing is we're sending people, hey, something wrong with your store design, right? And we say that in the ad. Fix it, get more sales, and the next step, they hit that landing page. What are we collecting? We collect a name, an email address, and a phone number. Some other people are doing it differently. I know there's a lot of talk about conversion rates being affected by asking for more information, and maybe it's true. We haven't ran into any issues with that at all. And then our headline is just same exact language as we had on the ad. We say, hey, your store's struggling to make sales? Get a better design. Download the checklist now. Download the free video now. Enter your name, phone number, and email, instant download. Boom, good to go. And then what other people are doing wrong is they'll have maybe like links or videos or all these different things
push them
on
somewhere else,
on their landing page. And it just doesn't make
distractions,
sense.
Baby.
And and even things like testimonials or stuff like that. Maybe like a quick, one sentence testimonial is fine. But if you're doing the video testimonials, then people are, they watch that for 5 minutes, they get bored, and then maybe they're not interested anymore because of something they heard or, something like that.
Yeah.
And if you just give them that headline that's really congruent with the ad that they already showed they were interested in because they clicked it, and then you let them download it, that is the easiest way to get it done. And we've had landing pages that converted like with that same formula at over 90%, running them
nuts.
for over a year.
Dude, that's crazy. Like, you must be a genius. I followed a lot of the same strategies, but like a lot of my pages, I expect landing pages coming from like a lead gen landing page from Facebook. I expect it to convert between 40 to 60% on average. That's like where we end up in our industry, at least.
Yeah.
Maybe I could create a sicker lead magnet like you do and get 90%. But
that was one. It was the perfect time, perfect place, perfect avatar.
Perfect targeting. Okay. Yeah, but I agree with you 100%, man. This is a huge theme that I see messed up, which is like making things really complex. You can make things complex later, but in the beginning, especially when you're trying to get it up, trying to get it tested, you don't want a lot of confounding factors. Like if you write this long form ad that talks about all this different stuff and tries to get them to click, you don't know if that copy was the thing that got them or maybe it was the bait. You don't know. So just start off as simple as possible. I like to launch ads with extremely simple copy. It says, hey, this is what we have. Click here if you want it. And then the landing page says,
I like that same thing. The simple voice when you're talking about it too. Hey, simple.
Yeah. The same thing that said on the ad, say the exact same thing on the landing page. A headline, maybe a picture of the whatever you're offering, and just opt-in form, and literally nothing else. No navigation, no videos, no nothing. And then if it doesn't work, you know that you probably messed up the actual like lead magnet. The bait is wrong.
Yes.
If you put a bunch of copy around it, it could be any of those things.
Yeah, I'm
right?
so glad that you brought that up.
Yeah.
Too. That's so important.
Yeah.
And just to make it 100% clear, what Clayton is saying here is that if you make really complex landing pages and really complex ads, if it doesn't work, you have no idea why it didn't work and you don't know what to do next. But if it's short and simple, it's really easy to diagnose problems and quickly adjust.
Yep. So start there. Start simple. You can get complicated later.
For bringing that one up.
Rowdy boys.
Let's go.
All right. Number 3 was the right landing page. And so number 4 is the right follow-up. What happens after they opt in?
Dude, just imagine this, right? You go out on a date with a girl and then you just never talk to her again. And you're like, well, why are we dating? Yeah. Why didn't she have sex with me? What's wrong? What did I do wrong? And you never follow up with her, right? Yeah. That's what people are doing with their customer list. They have these people that show intent, they show they're interested, and then that's it for them. They don't have anything to sell them or do anything like that. So should we start talking about like the offers and stuff now? Or,
Well, this is about the right follow up. The next one is the right offer, so it flows into it. But yeah, I think the right follow up is important. So you can talk about maybe how follow up might differ between different things you're trying to do.
Yeah, so it really depends on what your objectives are. So it's kind of difficult to say, but when we run these lead gen funnels, for instance. Yeah. Our goal is to always break even, right? We want to generate leads, and then we want to also break even right away because that means we're generating leads free of charge. And sometimes we're getting paid to generate leads, which is like winning the lottery.
If you can crack that is the magical.
Yeah, is absolutely amazing. And then a lot of these leads aren't profitable, right, from the get. And people just, they blame the ads, they blame this, they blame that. But like we kind of discussed in our first episode, it all comes down to emails. So what people need to do is start segmenting and like tagging everybody who downloads based on the actions they take. So I'm not going to necessarily talk about the offers just yet, but after someone download something from us, we will have an upsell of some sorts. It's like $9, $47, $97, $197, something like that.
So how does it work? So you go from the ad, you say like, hey, here's this little checklist.
I mean, we could just talk about the offers now. I don't know. I don't want to like spoil the offer or whatever.
Yeah. Well, we're in the right follow up right now. Yeah. Okay.
I mean, we could just...
Okay, now we're moving on to number 5. Is the right offer, which is combined with the right follow-up.
Yeah,
so let's just talk about it.
Yeah. So 5 and 6 is the ultimate thing.
4 and 5. We got one last secret.
4 and 5 is the right follow-up to the right kind of offer. Okay, so now this is going to be much easier to talk about. I feel like I was just like treading on
I got you,
ice,
baby. I got you.
Tiptoe around and not crack the ice and spoil all our secrets.
Secrets.
But you need to have something congruent that completes the puzzle, right? Yeah. So another one that we did for a while, and this was we were doing bait or a lead magnet, which was a Shopify targeting cheat sheet. So we basically showed you how to target on Facebook, complete case study of exactly how we target. It's called the MCBW method, magazine, celebrities, businesses, websites. These are what you target, right? Yeah. And now, after someone downloads that PDF on the thank you page, we basically say, hey, you know, congratulations. You've got the targeting checklist. You know exactly how to find the most profitable audiences that Facebook has to offer so you can have a highly profitable business with raving customers who are excited to buy what you're selling. Here's the issue. You don't know what to sell them yet, or you don't have the offer they want to buy.
It's like logic, like it's the logical next step.
And then we kind of go into, we just walk them through it logically. Like you said, it doesn't matter how good your ads are. You could know all the targeting hacks in the world, but if they don't care about the product that you're selling, all of that is completely useless. So we're presenting them with a very logical offer on how to find products that those new audiences that you just discovered how to use and how you're all excited about. We're going to show you exactly how to find the exact right products to sell them and how you can do it every time. And this is the exact method, like we've said before, that has built our now $30+ million e-commerce business, right? So there's that. Now, here's where the follow-up comes in.
Okay.
Because a lot of the times when you present that offer, people are busy, because a lot of the time what happens is people who download lead magnets, guess what? Everybody who's on Facebook is on their phone. They're scrolling. Oh, this looks cool. I'll download that. Oh, nice. Oh, I downloaded it. Oh, God, there's a 6-7 minute video. I'm almost done pooping.
My attention span is nothing. I'm sitting at dinner, you know.
And then, so what a lot of marketers do, like we discussed in episode 1, is they're not properly utilizing their follow-ups, their email marketing.
Yeah.
So what do? We start a cart abandonment campaign. This is like e-commerce 101. And maybe it's just like that to us because we are so into email and we think it's so important. Yeah. But we start saying like, hey, you know, we saw that you downloaded the lead magnet, or we saw that you are now targeting Superstar, but you probably don't have the products just right yet. I saw you didn't get this. We're going to extend the sale for you a little longer. And that's something I didn't mention, but in our funnels, lead magnet funnels, we offer special pricing on our products. It's called a one-time offer, you know. You can get it now for like $47. Typically, it's $97 or $197, something like that.
You got to give them a reason to take action right then.
Exactly.
As opposed to...
And make them feel like they're getting a special offer and really give them a special offer because people like to feel special, right? Yeah. And everybody loves a deal. So...
They need incentive.
Yeah, you send them an email and the first email is going to be kind of light, like, hey, looks like you forgot this. Come check it out. Get it now, right?
Yeah.
And then we send 3 emails total. So the second email is going to be like, all right, so I guess, you know, maybe we're kind of like cheeky about it, right? Like, so, you know how to target. Are you sure you don't want better products? Like your targeting's great, but you don't want to burn money or something like that. Just lose money because you still don't have the right products. And now you start trying to draw out a little pain, something like that. And then the third email, it's literally all scarcity based. So we're just saying like, okay, look, we're giving you the special offer. You got it. You know how to target, but you still need those products. And this is the last time that we're going to offer you this special pricing. Now, if you're going to want better products eventually, and you have to walk them through it logically, right?
Yep.
You're going to want products that sell eventually. And that means you're probably going to end up buying this anyways. So it would be silly to pay full price for it. Just come get it now and save some money and then get good products. And it works in all verticals, right? Because let's say that you're selling a couch or something like that. You sell the couch cleaner. You're selling a TV. You're going to sell them the warranty via email, something like that. Like, look, you know, things happen. And you could even use data. Like, you know, 76% of TVs have issues because of kids throwing their fucking Wii remotes at them or some shit, right? Like, find a way to build that scarcity in something, or, you know, the emotion around buying the warranty or whatever it is, and use that to close them in your emails. And, I mean, you just got to have the right follow-up, and that is how you can make an ad highly profitable as quickly as possible, which is huge. I'd love to hear about your follow-up because I know we all have a different take on it and the offer behind it.
Dude, I love that, and it actually gets me thinking. So I just want to clarify how your kind of little funnel works is you have the Facebook ad, they go to the landing page, they opt in for the free thing. On the thank you page, it says like, okay, you can download the free thing or we'll send it to your email.
It'll be there in like 15 minutes. You know, and you could do it different ways too. I do want people to know this. You could present the lead magnet in the video on the thank you page. It doesn't always have to be a PDF. It could be a video on the thank you page. So we're doing one right now about store design again, because people always have issues with their store design. And it's a training video about how to have a better store design. And we're basically showcasing our theme the entire time. And at the end, it's the same thing. It's like, okay, so now you know how to have a highly converting store, but here's the issue. You have to hire a developer. It's going to cost you thousands of dollars. It's going to take weeks of time.
Do it all yourself.
Or you could just buy our theme right now for $180. Now, we can't give discounts or special offers on this, so it's a little more difficult just because Shopify won't let us. But, you know, it's the same exact path. And that's working really well right now because people aren't doing PDFs as much. Like, people don't read anymore because as a nation, maybe we're all a bunch of fucking idiots. Like, I don't know. Luckily, we have 75 hard, right? But, and no offense to anyone who doesn't read. It's totally fine. It's up to you. But
the videos. You should always be poor if you don't read.
I guess we should be honest with people. It's very smart to read. It would be stupid not to. But yeah, the videos work really well too, and then you can upsell them via the same exact video.
Yeah, I love that. I love that, and I love that you're trying to get a sale right off the rip, like really quick. For
as
us,
long as it makes sense and it's valuable.
Yeah, you know, I feel like that maybe we should do that a lot more. You know, when I think about advertising, one of the things that a lot of people think that they need to get their immediate return, right? If I spend $1 in ads, I need $1,000 return immediately. And it's like, I think you should try to get that. And I think that your example is a great way of giving them an offer. But a lot of times, if you're selling something more high ticket or your offer is not $47 and not $97, it's going to take more relationship building. It's like maybe you could get a girl to go out and grab a coffee with you by a small conversation, but getting her to marry you is going to take a lot bit more of a relationship. So in our case, a lot of times we're selling products that are $500 a month, $1,000 a month, $2,000 a month, and so the likelihood they're going to purchase that product, at least that product, is not really high on this first time we meet them. So for us, the right follow-up looks like just something longer. What I really want to get across is that follow-up is so important, period. A lot of people get leads and maybe they'll call them once or maybe they'll wait to call them or whatever. And like, that's not going to fly. You need to be all over the people that come in, and you can automate it like with email, because we talked about that in last episode or
Active
2 episodes
campaign, ago. Maybe an affiliate link in the description.
But for us, we do a ton of follow-up, meaning that when they give us their email address, we're going to send them through a series of emails that go on seemingly forever, that are educating them, they're enticing them, they're teaching them, they're introducing them to our products, introducing them to all kinds of different stuff. So
case studies.
So we hardcore follow up with them. We might have got their email that time, but we might encourage them to sign up for an account, which we might get some more information about them. We might get their phone number. And if they do that, then our sales team will actually call them up and say, hey, dude, I saw that you signed up. What can we help you out with? What are you thinking? You're already getting our emails, getting some cool content. So can we help accelerate that process? So the right follow-up is super important. And Devin talked a little bit about the right offer. Like I said, if they just met you, you can offer them something small and they could probably purchase. But if you have a more high ticket offer, if it's a huge burning pain point right now, maybe you could sell it right then. It's possible. But connecting when the right offer should come and actually having a real offer is so important. So I talked about the follow-up a little bit. So for me, talking about the right offer, when I say offer, sometimes people don't even know what that means. People think like, well, I sell products and services. Like, dude, you know why sales are so huge? Like why Black Friday is so huge? It's because no one wants to buy at normal prices. You need to incentivize people to do things. You need to, and when you do that, dude, your sales are going to skyrocket. So an offer, in this context is really like, what is special about this right now that would entice them to actually take action? What are you going to get? Well, you really want to make sure that that's really enticing and that you explain it to them. Because if you're like, well, if you're interested, contact us here and we can talk about your services. Not that compelling. If you say, here is what we have and here is what it does and it's so awesome, and if you buy it in this limited time frame, you are going to get this bonus and all this kind of stuff. Now that is like really an offer, and that's how you get people to actually take action as opposed to being like, I guess I'll check it out later.
Yeah, and that's the distinction. And this is so many people get caught up. You ask them what their offer is and they just name their product.
Yeah.
So, hey, what's your offer? SEO? No. An offer is everything.
Yeah.
It's the refund guarantee. It's the outcome. It's how
you
they
gotta
feel afterwards.
Yeah.
It's the product itself, but mostly it's what the product does, how it makes them feel, how you are going to make them feel safe buying it. The offer is like the whole entire
What's the deal
thing
that they're going to get if they take action now? So
bonuses, all those different kinds of things, they all play into it.
Yeah. But it doesn't have to be super complex. Like in your example, your offer was like, you can get this thing, and right now you can get a discount about it. Like it doesn't have to be crazy
we have
complex.
No questions asked, refund guarantee, and we always make that very clear and things like that. Not on themes. Anybody watching, it's out of our control. Shopify charges you there.
Yeah. So, all right, the right offer. So the last one, this real secret sauce is the right journey.
This is it.
Let me preface this.
So this is why Clayton's business is so big.
Yeah. Let me preface this by saying, like, paid ads is like math. A lot of people are scared about running ads because it's quote unquote expensive. And the thing that really like changed my mind about how expensive ad is, like if I say, hey, do you know that we actually run between $100,000 and $150,000 a month of paid ads? Like, you're like, dude, how can you pay that much? And it's like, here's the thing. It's not about how expensive it is. It's not expensive because if I were to make you a deal and I said, I'll make you a deal for every dollar you give me, I'll give you $2. How many dollars are you going to give me?
As many as I can.
Exactly, because you're always going to get $2 back.
I'm going to go ask people for money on the streets, bro.
Exactly.
I'm going to do everything I can.
So in that case, you could give me unlimited. You give me millions and millions of dollars. That's not expensive because you're always making more back. So if you understand that, then you can think about ads and you think about, you just need to get the math to work. You need to get it so that when you spend $1 in paid ads, you make $1 back, so you break even.
Yeah,
right?
And I think what we should just really make that clear distinction right now. We're talking about just over time. We're not talking about like right away. We're talking about CLTV, baby.
CLTV, baby.
Lifetime value. Yep. So many people think their ads fucking suck.
Yeah.
And they're not looking long term. Everyone has such a short attention span. They're like, well, we've been running this ads for 7 days. We got 1,000 leads, but we haven't sold anything yet. And if they looked at the picture 2 years, I mean, that could have been worth hundreds of thousands of dollars, you know?
How long did you think about buying your car? Like months, probably.
Dude,
you're probably reconfiguring that Tesla every single day on the website,
Dude, well, like, look at it this way, too. And I think we can talk about the specifics of the journey and things like that. It doesn't have to be complex, and it's going to be vastly different for every business. But I want to look at like an example, and this is a really famous example. I don't know if you're familiar with it, but it's about that acne company.
Okay.
Have you heard about this?
No.
It's that big one, Claritin, I think.
Okay.
And on every front-end customer, they lose like $2,000.
Wow, dude, they're going to the red hard.
Yes, and they are the biggest company by far. They have more profit by far than anyone else because they own the entire marketing space. Essentially, they're spending so much on ads that nobody else can afford to advertise in their space. They do this on purpose so they can have a monopoly, and they know that they lose so much money. I made that $2,000 number up. Maybe you can look it up while I'm talking too. I don't know. But I think it's Claritin.
It's not Claritin. That's an allergy medicine.
Oh, shit. You're right.
Acne.
Anyways,
cream.
So they're going so deeply in the red.
Be a terrible Googler.
Yeah, you're not like Jamie from Joe Rogan.
Oh my God, I'll work on it. Sorry.
But they know that their customer lifetime value is so high that they're okay losing that money because they make so much more back. And I think it takes 2 years for them to reach profit on a customer. Now, I don't want people listening to be like, fuck, I have to wait 2 years.
That would suck. My business will go under in 2 years.
You don't have to do that. They worked along, they probably had a much more profitable customer life cycle at first, but then they eventually realized their customer lifetime value and realized that, hey, we can outbid everybody and really just own the space because we can afford to spend this much to acquire a customer, and our competition can't because their customer lifetime value isn't as high as ours. And a simple way to look at it in our business right now, right, is we're selling a $67 offer right now. It cost us $197 to acquire one $67 customer.
So you're in the red.
Yes, and a lot of novice advertisers or business people would be like, "Oh, that ad sucks. I'm killing it."
Yeah.
But we use something to track our CLTV. Well, it's kind of a complicated solution. There's simpler solutions out there like Baremetrics or Hyros that can do it. And within the first 6 months of that customer's lifetime, we 10x it and we get
Dude, that's amazing.
10x our cost of acquisition, and we make about $2,000 in the first 6 months.
Wow. Yeah, and if you would have thought about it in the light of just like what happens immediately, you would have killed that ad. You would have never been able to scale. But if you think more long term, that's exactly what this whole last point is about the journey, okay? And so there's some ways to hack it. Now, really what we're getting at is like right in the beginning, you might break even. You might even lose money, but that's okay because you need to think about it this long term. And the first product that you offer a client,
like we should put a fair bit of warning though. You should, even though you can typically afford to lose money on the front end, you should still do everything you can to try to be profitable on the front end. But don't worry if you can't.
Yeah, but there's a quote, maybe as Dan Kennedy has said, like the business that can afford to pay the most to acquire customers is the one that's going to win.
Yeah,
the one that's willing,
Acne company.
Yeah, the one that's willing to go more in the red because they know they'll make it up later. Then that's who's really going to win in the marketplace
because they will own the entire space.
Yeah.
All right,
and the way to hack that is like basically have a good customer journey, like Devin was saying. Yeah, you might have some small products you offer in the front. But you should have a product ladder where it has more and more expensive products that service people at higher and higher levels.
Yes.
And when you're able to do that, a fraction of the people that visit your landing page is going to opt in. A fraction of those people are going to actually take you up on the offer, and then a fraction of those people are going to eventually buy your more expensive products. But if you put enough people in that bucket, one $2,000 purchase, one $10,000 lifetime value customer can make up for a lot of paid ads. Yes. So if you think about things long term, that's how every big company thinks about it, and that's how every big company can scale. If you're small and you're just thinking you have to get your money back, that's why a lot of businesses fail at running paid ads because they don't think like this.
And it doesn't necessarily have to be about having the more expensive products either. That's definitely a way that most people do it, and most businesses will do it in every industry, like even in the auto industry, right? Yeah. But I want to give a specific example from my SaaS business when we first started out. And we actually have it on the wall here. You probably can't see, but it's the flywheel: attract, engage, delight. And it just keeps going in a circle. Yeah. And we can't I guess we could, but this was back in 2015. We just had a flat rate software, right? $47 per month. Yeah. So if we want to increase CLTV, there's only one way to do it, which is make customers stay longer because they can subscribe at any time. So instead of finding something else for them to buy or something like that, I had to think, well, how can I increase CLTV? Oh, it's super easy. I need to just make an amazing experience for my customers. Yep. How can I make an amazing experience for my customers? I just train them on how to make more money with the software because it's an upsell software. The whole purpose of it is to get people to buy more stuff when they visit your website. Yeah. So I want people to spend more on my app. So my whole job was just creating training for free to help them get more sales with the app. Then guess what? The app makes them sales and they keep paying. And that's how we increased our CLTV. So same story, negative on the front end to acquire a customer. Yep. I think it was like $150, right? To acquire a customer. And typical marketer, oh man, that doesn't look very good. I'm looking at our CLTV and I'm like, oh shit, this doesn't look very good.
Yeah.
So what do? Get to the drawing board, start releasing a ton of training on how you can make money with upsells, right? And then over the next 2 years, our CLTV jumped up to like 500. Dude. So just like massive.
Now in the green, yeah.
Yeah. Obviously, you know, with our info product business and stuff like that, we do that traditional route, but it's the same thing because it needs to be a ladder that makes sense, right? So let's say we have that front end offer, right? Like a $47 offer that needs to get people to a place where they can now buy that next offer.
Yeah.
So like if you have a $47 offer and it doesn't do shit and you're just like, oh, you need to buy the next one if you want the good shit. It's not going to work, man. That's not
you need to impress them off the bat.
Term.
You need to have a good first date.
Yeah. And then once they buy that $997 offer, you need to get them
over deliver on that too.
Yep, and get them to the place where they are. Help them get the results that make them eligible for the next product, which is the $10,000, then the $35,000, the $100,000. You can't just move them up in price point. You need to move their business up and get them the kind of results or whatever it is that your offer does. That just makes it a no-brainer for them to buy that next product.
Yeah, man, I love it, dude. So I think that we've covered pretty much everything. So let me run through them all real quick so everybody can get a good recap.
A Rowdy Boys rundown.
Dude, you can see that a lot of this stuff, we told you how to do the best Facebook ads. This applies to a lot more than Facebook ads, but a lot of this stuff isn't even about any kind of crazy targeting or crazy ad stuff. It's about all the mechanics around the ad. So just to review, number one, the right avatar. Make sure that you're targeting the person that you actually want to attract.
That's the biggest one.
Yes, biggest one.
If you have that one, the ads, everything else is easy because you can speak directly to your customer.
The ads are going to write themselves. You know exactly what to say.
Yeah, and the customers will be so excited to read your ads. They'll be like, this guy is reading my mind. He's going to solve my biggest issue. And they're so damn excited to work with you. So we just got to make it clear. Number one, avatar. You get that right, the rest is fucking easy.
Yeah. Number one, right avatar. Number two, the right bait, making sure that thing matches exactly what their pain point is, making sure that is going to connect with whatever product you're going to sell them next. Okay, number three, the right landing page. Keep it simple, baby. Keep everything simple, especially in the beginning. Just make it a headline, a little picture, a little opt-in, and that's it, okay? Number four is the right follow-up. Make sure that you are following up. First of all, you can follow up via email, you can follow up via phone call, depending on what you're offering. Number five, the right offer, making sure that you actually create an offer. Create something that,
not just a product.
Not just a product, or not just, hey, contact us if you want more information. You need to tell them what they're going to get. You need to make it sound awesome. You want to maybe even put time limits on it, maybe a special discount if you act now, all that kind of stuff to give them a real offer, give them a reason to purchase.
And my old business partner, Alex, had a really good saying about this, was that you need to make it more painful not to buy than it is to keep that money.
Oof, I love that.
It should be more painful having that money sitting in your bank account than it is buying the offer. And that is the objective of an offer.
Yeah, I love that. I'm going to think about that more. That's great. Yeah, the number five, the right offer. And then the last one, number six, the right journey. This is selling them additional products. This is offering additional things, because sometimes right off the rip, your ads are not going to be super in the green. You might even go into the red to acquire your first customer on that first purchase. But just know that if you have enough product ladders, you have the right journey, you have enough stuff to offer them, that customer lifetime value is going to be enough to well more than pay for the ads. And that is the thing that's going to allow you to scale.
And destroy the competition.
Destroy the competition.
Nice, dude. Another fucking Rowdy episode. Give me the best Rowdy Boys. I don't know if you did it at the beginning. Let's see it.
This is the Rowdy Boys. I don't know about that one.
No, that one sucked, dude.
Oh, man. Hey, just delete it. We'll just start the episode over again.
Right.
Yeah.
Clayton, bro. Good episode. Another fist bump. Just so
boom.
I'm going to add a sound effect. Yeah. All right, guys. Take it easy.
Hey, subscribe.
Oh, yeah. Fuck. We almost forgot. We got to say that. Like, comment, subscribe. Okay, if you're on YouTube, you need to like, comment, subscribe.
I really care about the comments. Really, yes. I mean, that's really important to me.
We want to build a community. We want to talk with you. We want to help you. And a thing that you can do, by the way, is share this episode with someone, take a screenshot of how you shared it with them, and then post it in the comments. Let us know, and we'll do something special for you that we haven't figured out yet, but it's going to be worth it. Look, you guys are talking to two very amazing, guys. We're like the biggest.
Yeah, this is the best number one
ever.
podcast in the world. I don't know if we're number one in all the charts. The most handsome dudes in the world.
I think we were actually
the
trending on YouTube before the show was even out.
Yeah. I think we were above. We were above the Bad Bunny video. So
no, there's no way. That's got to be incorrect. Anyways, let's see. If you are on Spotify, just make sure you subscribe. If you're on Apple Podcasts, subscribe and leave a fucking 5-star review, please. I'm so desperate. I'm not really, but do leave a 5-star review. It would mean a lot to us. But and then also head over to rowdyboyz.net. That is boys with a Z, because Rowdy Boys
are crazy.
Crazy I mean, boys. Like if you have an S, you're not really that rowdy. You just conform. Go over there, rowdyboyz.net, and subscribe to our email list. We're going to be giving away some giveaways, doing some cool shit there too.
Exclusive content, stuff that's not on the podcast live.
Pictures of his 6-pack and my 4.5 pack. So, guys, thank you so much.